Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marati.
And the Berzerker,
John Nord. Because you know what? It's Wrestling Insiders. It's Thursday night. It's Throwback Thursdays with the Berzerker.
It's early Throwback Thursday.
Here, throw it to you. All right, wrestling fans, stand by. Brand new episode coming your way. Wrestling fans, get ready for a weekend of the unpredictable as the Berzerker, John Nord, returns to MWF Studios in Melrose the weekend of Saturday, January the 22nd. Wrestling Insider Throwback Thursday tapings, live episodes, watch-alongs, cyber autograph signings, and more. Boston Wrestling Patreon fans can meet the Berzerker for free. For more information and mail order info, head on over to thebostonwrestling.com super site now. Don't miss the Berzerker, January 22nd. Wrestling fans, on Royal Rumble Saturday, January the 29th, things are getting a little dirty. That's right. Joining us live in studio for the very first time will be our longtime friend, the legendary Zeb Coulter, a.k.a. Dirty Dutch Mantel. Dutch will be with us all weekend for Wrestling Insider tapings, Patreon watch-alongs, live episodes, and cyber autograph signings. Plus, Dutch will be watching the Royal Rumble with us. For more information and autograph photos, head on over to bostonwrestling.com. Wrestling fans, we warned you this day would come. Unfortunately, we're running out of original episodes of Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty each and every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but we're starting up that Indiegogo. You can help the cause. You can help Marty's show continue each and every week. Nobody does it like Marty. We had an incredible time with him at our 20th anniversary bash, November 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose. We want to have the good times keep on rolling, but we can't do it without you. Look for the Indiegogo link in the comment section below or across our website and social media platforms. We have some great perks, great rewards where you can even meet Marty himself. There's nothing like it. Since July of 2020, every week we've brought you the show. We need your help to keep on going. We tell you, without wrestling fans, there is no professional wrestling, and there's no better time to help the cause now. Let's keep Marty rocking each and every Thursday night. Wrestling fans looking for the perfect holiday gift? Discount VIP packages and tickets to Boston Wrestling Soul Survivor 10 Back to the 80s, Saturday night, April the 16th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts are on sale now. Join WWE Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts, three-time WWE Tag Team Champions Axe and Smash Demolition, The Wild Berzerker, and more 1980s legends to be announced. Take part in a VIP exclusive Q&A session. Meet the wrestling icons up close and personal in an autograph and photo fan fest. Then get ready as the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow take part in a night of white-hot in-ring action. Discount VIP packages and tickets are on sale now for a limited time at bostonwrestling.com. Join us for a professional wrestling reunion decades in the making, April the 16th.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
All right, wrestling fans, welcome to another Wrestling Insiders Throwback Thursday. Dan Marati, John Nord. We continue to hold the record for the most weeks without changing our clothes, but that's all right. We're still looking good. When you got a sweater like that, baby, who needs something else?
Yeah, the only thing I need is a muffler.
Oh, well, all right.
But we'll talk about that later.
All right, wrestling fans, we started to talk about WrestleMania 7 last week. John was not booked on the card where he was a relative newcomer to the company, but he still got to enjoy the ambiance of WrestleMania. Did being that close to it make you want to have a little taste?
WrestleMania 7?
Yes.
Absolutely I wanted it. I was actually heartbroken I wasn't in it. But they really weren't knowing what they were going to do with me. And you know what? I never got treated all that good anyways in there. One thing that the office did tell me about WWF was, and Vince, this came from Vince to Pat, to who's
JJ?
the Canadian redhead?
The Canadian?
Billy Red Lion.
Oh, okay, yep.
And what had happened was they just flat said, you know, I was wild. Sometimes I didn't know how to work too good. Sometimes I knew how to work great. They didn't really know what to expect. But one thing they did know was I would never sue them. I would never do anything to alter that company. I would show up. If I did something, I would say I was sorry, on. And that made me feel really good.
They respected you.
Yes, and I'll be honest with you, when I went to drug treatment, they said, literally, the treatment place said, the WWF said they would give you as many treatments as you want, John, and spend as much money as they want because of the way that you handled yourself in the WWF.
How long
So that
ago,
made me feel really good.
How long ago has it been since you had to go for the treatment?
09.
09? Okay, so a little over 10 years.
Yeah, I was in there with Dan Spivey.
Oh,
And
really?
technically,
Okay.
you're not supposed to, you know, it's supposed to be very, not confidential, but
Yeah,
what's another
confidential,
word?
yeah.
Confidential.
It is.
Anyways, close enough. And
And
Dan
they put
Spivey.
two wrestlers in the same place at the same time?
Yeah.
That's a
and-
little odd, but
Yeah, it was funny, too, because I just got a big check for disability. And I'm walking around, I got $50,000 in my pocket, cash.
Mm-hmm.
and who stops by? Wayne Bloom, one of my buddies,
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
Beverly Hills. I said, you ain't fucking supposed to be here. What the fuck?
He
What
showed
are
up?
you-
Wayne
yeah.
Bloom
I
showed
said,
up too?
what are you doing here? He goes, my brother Terry's got a place 50 miles from here. So when you told me the address, I didn't know you were coming when I told you the address. I said, he goes, well, jump in. Let's go to the mall or something.
you were allowed to leave the rehab facility?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean on the right time.
Oh, okay.
You still had to go to class and all that shit. So I jump in with Wayne. We go to a frickin' the shopping mall. Then he says, let's just have one. I said, yeah, maybe just one won't hurt. Right? Right, that story. So you go on. Now, do you know who a guy named, remember Beverly Hills Cop?
The movie, yeah.
Remember the red-haired guy? What was his name? Austin or...
It's been so long since I've seen it.
He was his sidekick. Not Nick Nolte, not, what's his name, the black guy?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
The redheaded
but the
guy.
guy that was chasing him. We ran into him at a bar. And he was so damn funny. He was delusional, brother. He was going to us. He goes, I just did a movie with Bobby De Niro. You know, calls him Bobby.
Bobby?
Yeah, Bobby De Niro.
Not Robin.
Yeah,
Bobby.
yeah. He says, I just did a movie with Bobby De Niro, but they gave him his own dressing room, and they don't me. I'm a star, he says, and me and Wayne are looking at each other going, this fucking guy's gone. Calling him Bobby De Niro, and he should have a dressing room like Robert De Niro? Anyways, and then I got back safe, and I got no trouble or nothing, but...
Did they know you had a drink when you got back to the rehab facility?
No, we kept that one
You
undercover.
kayfabe that one.
Dan Spivey called me, though, when I got home. He goes, I heard you were drinking. I said, yeah, I'm a lying piece of shit. And he goes, nah. He couldn't help but laugh. He ended up having an affair with Ann Gordon, who worked for the WWF.
Danny Spivey did?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
And then they got married, and now they're still married. Dan's 8th marriage.
8th?
Yeah.
Now, funny enough, he owns or owned one of the
A
other.
well drilling.
A what?
Well, his family owns a well drilling.
He opened a breakfast joint
Did he?
in Beverly Hills, Florida, where I used to be. Yeah. And I thought, because when I
didn't know
I had
that.
family down there, and I didn't know. One day, I just
Fucker,
happened
you
to
don't
come.
tell me shit.
I happened to come across the advertisement, and I couldn't believe it was him. But
Well-
I didn't know he married Ann Russo Gordon. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
Was it before?
During
no, WWF or after?
He was in treatment.
Yeah.
And when he got into treatment, Ann got him in. She was in charge of the whole treatment deal.
Right.
Got him in. They started talking to each other. Next thing, and Ann's not exactly a beauty queen, but that's saying it nice. But anyways, sorry, Dan. Sorry, Ann. Anyways, and so they just started getting together, and I'm down there going, what the fuck, where am I? What's going on? And Dan goes, I don't know if you figured it out yet. I said, what? He goes, me and Ann are having an affair. And I go, oh yeah, I knew that.
And
he goes, yeah, I figured you did.
This was while you were still at the facility?
That's when he was still at the facility. Then he started working at the facility because he was such a good patient, right?
Oh, he got a job there. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I'm still the fucking worst of the worst in the fucking patient. I'm sneaking shit. I'm putting poop in guys' beds and cottage cheese in their underwear. And, oh, I was a terrible patient.
How long were you there?
2 months.
2 months.
But I'll tell you, it was kind of a shit place. I didn't like it.
Oh, really?
Nah. It's in Tampa, Florida. And I met a girl down there, and I brought her home because I had that chunk of cash. And I'm so fucked up that I was scared to touch her down here.
Why?
Because I didn't know what was in there. I was a little scared. I know that sounds crazy. But you remember, I'm with a 56-year-old white girl. I thought maybe it was all wrinkled and sticking up. And shit.
Was that the oldest woman you were ever with at that point?
Oh, well, I was 53, I think.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but no, I regret now. I should have just went down and chomped away. But I regret it because I had been with so few women except my wife. Do you know what I mean? That you get a little nervous because my wife, I knew.
You knew the body.
She was perfect to me. You know, and so when I'm digging this other, I didn't know if I was going to find a turd hanging out or something.
Were you recently separated from your wife at that point?
No, we've been divorced for 5 years.
Oh, okay. So you took kind of a break from the females? Or just elderly ones?
Yeah, they just didn't like me very much.
Oh.
But no, then I ended up getting a rash of girlfriends, like 4 of them, and nice looking, you know. And I still just can't. Women are with me are just hard to get along with. I'm like, you know, I don't have much time for them. I want to start loving them again, but God, how about just being a fun, nice girl instead of I want that, I want that.
You meet the ones that want a little more than the love and
Yeah,
romance.
one time I was laying on this one's couch, and I had all the money. I was in her apartment, and I was paying for everything. And I'm looking at TV, I'm watching the Beverly Hillbillies, and she goes, I think it would be better if you left. I went, me? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll get my shit. I packed it for you. Go.
Wow.
Yes, what I'm saying?
Well, maybe it's better you're in your little
It was
townhouse
way
than
better
you're
I got out of that one.
Yeah.
She would have killed me in the middle of the night.
Well, it's definitely better than that she left.
Yeah.
Interesting, odd, almost segue. We look back at WrestleMania 7. You said the night before you enjoyed the night with Mr. Perfect and The Undertaker, and the next day, so it began. The Undertaker's undefeated streak that started at 21-0 with a victory over a guy that I think you probably had many interactions with, the Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Ah, Jimmy! I love Jimmy Snuka. I got a great Jimmy Snuka story.
Let's hear him, baby.
Okay. Me and Jimmy are somewhere in Pennsylvania, and we just did a shot, I think Scranton or something, and we just got to go to Madison Square Garden. And we're driving there together, and I'm driving, and it's just me and him. And we stop at the dope dealer, and we buy a bag of powder coke, right? And me and Jimmy are doing bumps. We can't talk, Carly. And we're driving, and we get to the garden like an hour late, right? After the matches have started.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The security guard comes running out. Roll down the window. Security guard goes, Nord, you missed your match. That's okay. Snuka, you can still make yours. Go ahead. And Jimmy goes, not tonight. I thought it was funny.
He wouldn't get
So
out.
anyways, I told this story to a lot of guys around where I live, and now everybody's going, not tonight.
Now, was Jimmy angry that they wouldn't let you in, or?
No, he was just so
High?
high. He was high, and he goes, not tonight.
And that was at MSG.
What?
That where this happened? It was at MSG?
Yes. Not tonight. Oh, yeah, me and Jimmy wrestled a lot. I got a lot of stories, but, you know, Jimmy, here's Jimmy, long story short, is if you wrestled him, he was like a fine piece of crystal. If you slammed him too hard, he would shatter into a million pieces. That's how much his body was brittle.
Really?
From over the years.
Yeah.
Jimmy went up like a feather. And you just barely slam him so he didn't crystallize.
All
But
right,
it's hard to say that unless you're a wrestler.
unless you're a worker, right. All right, wrestling fans, we're going to take a brief time out. We got the cue from John C. Manicus Riley. Unfortunately, I should say, that we'll be coming back from the break tonight.
Not tonight.
Wrestling fans, get ready for a weekend of the unpredictable as the Berzerker, John Nord, returns to WWF Studios in Melrose the weekend of Saturday, January the 22nd. Wrestling Insider Throwback Thursday tapings, live episodes, watch-alongs, cyber autograph signings, and more. Boston Wrestling Patreon fans can meet the Berzerker for free. For more information and mail order info, head on over to thebostonwrestling.com super site now. Don't miss the Berzerker, January 22nd. Wrestling fans, I'm Dan Marotti.
And this is the man of the hour, Leo Rush.
It's all over BostonWrestling.com and our social media. But Leo, brother, they got to check out some of this merch.
They got to.
Check it out, fans, right now available on eBay. You can add this to your collection. Support Wrestling Insiders and keep wrestling legends working on eBay. Get this WWE NXT TakeOver War Games 2020 11x14 limited edition autograph poster signed by everyone on the event, number 23 of only 100 made. Includes signatures from the Undisputed Era, Johnny Gargano, Damian Priest, Tommaso Ciampa, Timothy Thatcher, Io Shirai, Tony Storm, Rhea Ripley, Dexter, Loomis, and more. Comes with authentication hologram on the back of the poster. Also comes with mystery autographed 8x10 and an on-air shout-out from WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, on Wrestling Insiders at your house. Get it now. Fans, we warned you this day would come. Unfortunately, we're running out of original episodes of Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty each and every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but we're starting up that Indiegogo. You can help the cause. You can help Marty's show continue each and every week. Nobody does it like Marty. We had an incredible time with him at our 20th anniversary bash, November 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose. We want to have the good times keep on rolling, but we can't do it without you. Look for the Indiegogo link in the comment section below or across our website and social media platforms. We have some great perks, great rewards where you can even meet Marty himself. There's nothing like it. Since July of 2020, every week we've brought you the show. We need your help to keep on going. We tell you, without wrestling fans, there is no professional wrestling, and there's no better time to help the cause now. Let's keep Marty rocking each and every Thursday night. All right, wrestling fans, welcome back. What a way for The Undertaker's streak to begin at WrestleMania with a win over an icon like Jimmy Snuka. Did you know Jimmy from AWA before WWF? Or were you guys there at the same time?
I did know Jimmy from Japan.
Oh, from Japan, okay.
And I also knew in '85, and I also knew Jimmy from Wrestle Rock at the St. Paul Civic Center, me and Brody versus Greg Gagne and Jimmy Snuka, called Wrestle Rock in 1987.
Now, was Jimmy always big into the medicine, as the Sheik would say?
Nah.
Really?
He liked the pot, but not the coke.
Oh, really? Okay.
But Jimmy was just a great guy, you know. I mean, the nicest guy you could ever run into or talk to. He was a fine man. I know later in life he got absolutely batshit crazy, but he was a great guy.
I met him for the first time in '93 when I was working for Tony Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time we actually had an event for him at the same venue you're going to be at Saturday night, April the 16th.
Okay.
When we go back to the 80s, we did a Jimmy Snuka Appreciation Night. And I have to say, out of every encounter I ever had with him, by far, that was the last time I saw him, was the most clear-headed he ever was. It was amazing to me. So I don't know if he
had streaks of being clear-headed. All guys do that, use drugs and drink. Like, he might show up totally perfect, clear-headed. Other times they might be just out of it, you know, and that's what it was. You're right.
Yeah, it was blown away.
Yeah.
Blown away. He did a Q&A with the fans that was very clear and remarkable, and, you know, I'd never really seen that side of him before. Yeah, and it's nice
that's a good point.
Nice that it happened towards the end. I think his wife Carol that he wound up with was a really nice lady.
Oh.
I don't know if you ever met her.
No, I never met. Is that a second wife?
At least. Well, I'm
I
not
know
trying to
his
be
son
funny.
was
I don't
a
even
great
know.
athlete, good baseball player.
Yeah. Well, one of his sons wound up wrestling. But his daughter is still with WWE now, Tamina.
Is she?
Yeah. And she's a little long in the tooth. She's older than me. But
wow.
I don't know if that's like a thank you Jimmy Snuka award that
wow.
they give to her. But
see, I don't follow that.
Yeah.
I just don't. But I might start keeping up.
Yeah, she was just on Raw last night, as a matter of fact. Tamina.
I don't even know that stuff.
Well,
I don't. I'm a hillbilly. I don't know nothing.
No, don't. You got to give yourself more credit than that. But you said you had a lot of Jimmy stories. What do you think about the story that unfortunately kind of took over his existence in his final years, as he was suffering from stomach cancer, when he had to go back in time to what happened back in, I believe, 1983 with his road mistress, Nancy Argentino, and her death, which was labeled a murder after he changed his story that he gave to the police to what he put in his autobiography very, 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 very differently.
Yeah.
He should have kept that one out of the book.
Yeah. Dan, I just don't know.
You don't know.
That I just don't know. All I know is I love Jimmy, and I can see him flipping,
Having a
out,
moment.
having a moment. I could see Jimmy doing that, definitely. But the other side is he's the nicest guy in the world.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I don't. Here's the deal: is I don't know.
You don't know.
I just flat don't know. I could never say one way or another because he's so much like we just said.
And you can't even say, quote unquote, he lucked out avoiding having to go through trial because they didn't find him mentally fit, as he passed away just a couple of months later from the stomach cancer. So.
Yeah, he must have had a great lawyer. But the thing of it is Jimmy he went home to be with the Lord, and Jimmy
That's a good way to put it.
Jimmy was very, very much into the Lord, anyways. So Jimmy, it was time for Jimmy to go.
If it is true, though, I say it's sad that the Argentino family never got their piece. But that's a different story for a different episode, I guess. But, let me ask you this. Aside from that, as far as the professional wrestler, Superfly Jimmy Snuka goes, how do you think he should be remembered? For his contributions to the sport.
To the sport, as an absolute icon. The Superfly off the top rope is what made. Do you know how many people came to see him jump off the top rope? More than you could ever believe. More than Roddy Piper's skirt. More than Hulk Hogan. More than Roddy hitting him with coconuts. More than anything. They came to watch the Superfly.
Do you think that if he was more trustworthy, not missing shots, not into the drugs as much as he was, he could have been as big as Hogan?
I don't know. No. I don't. And
that's
it's
honest.
Just because, listen, Hogan's 6'5", 300 and 22-inch arms, 23, on Johnny Carson and all that, and he's an American type thing.
Fair enough.
Jimmy's a Tongan, and it ain't gonna happen to a Tongan as easy it is as an American.
Right.
Americans still Americans. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Yeah, unfortunately. Maybe it'll change someday, but right now we're still kind of a little bit prejudiced that way.
I got you. I hear what you're saying. Interesting vantage point as always. Another very memorable story that came from this event, and I didn't realize how long, how many others were involved, but the party with Willie Nelson, where the Nasty Boys and Kurt Hennig and Larry Hennig, who Kurt flew out, and some others all celebrated with Willie Nelson, and a coked up Willie wound up with one of the WWF Tag Team Championship belts. Were you around for that, or I'm sure you had to have heard about it?
Well, absolutely. First of all, the first time we ever ran into Willie Nelson was in Dublin, Ireland.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. We're at a cafe, and it was the Highwaymen. Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, and who's the fourth?
I don't know.
Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson, Willie Nelson, and one more. But anyways, Willie gave his headband because that fucking Knobs bogarted. I wanted that fucking. I wanted that.
The headband.
I wanted the red-headed stranger's napkin, and Knob got it before me. You son of a bitch. I just remember thinking that. I didn't ever say nothing to Knob. But what happened, then Willie was playing at a place called Medina, Minnesota. Mm-hmm. Now, Medina has a huge dance floor, a huge everything. They have weddings. It's been there for years. And when you say Medina, you just know it's a big wedding rec thing, concert place. But it's not like a Civic Center or a Target Center. It's not like that. But Willie played there, and me and Wayne Bloom went there together and went in Willie's bus and started giving him Percocet and beer. And we,
how old was Willie Nelson?
He had to be fucking 70. He's 100 now, I think. And he just 100. Me and him just started eating perks, and then we were in the front row while he was singing, and it was funny. And what's amazing, Willie didn't miss a beat on stage.
He was Willie was one of the boys.
He was exactly like a wrestler. You do that match perfectly, and you're a mess. How is that possible? Willie sings perfectly, just like the album, but he's a mess. He barely gets off the bus. He gets on the stage. Blue eyes crying in the rain. You know, it's perfect. So, it's pretty cool.
So there were a few encounters with Willie and the boys back in that era.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, number one, the only one I had was Medina.
Okay.
And I told Kurt about it. I remember Kurt was just pissed he wasn't there. You know.
He was a Willie Nelson guy, too?
Oh, yeah. Kurt's biggest mark, he was the biggest fan by far of Hank Williams Jr.
Really? Okay.
Oh, my God.
He must have loved the Monday Night Football
Oh, he
theme
named
song.
his youngest kid after him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Hey, Hank, let's talk about your daddy. Did your daddy really love that?
This is almost turning into a musical.
Answer, Hoss. You got to just, Hank Jr., if you listen to the music, it's still as good now as it was. Matter of fact, I'm going to go home and listen to it.
We got you in the mood.
Yeah, it's just great. Just unbelievable music. Hank Jr. was just an icon, too. But Hank Sr. started it all. Died in 1951 Cadillac. Threw up on his own throw up.
Wow. So I didn't know that.
Yep.
Well, see, and you say you don't have stories, my God. But were you jealous to learn that Willie ran off with one of the tag team titles?
No. It's Willie. How can you not?
You didn't even
Willie?
get a spot on the show, and Willie Nelson wound up with one of the belts.
I love, but I just love Willie so much. He don't got a mean bone in his body. He'd give you anything, and the poor guy owes more taxes for a while than all of America put together. But the point is if when you meet him and talk to him and party with him a little bit, you absolutely fall in love with the guy.
Great guy.
The best. Not a mean bone in his body.
All right, wrestling fans, not a mean bone in his body either, except when you get him angry inside the squared circle, or if you're not with us on the flip side, as we continue with more Wrestling Insider's Throwback Thursdays. We'll be back with John Nord.
Thank you.
Wrestling fans, on Royal Rumble Saturday, January the 29th, things are getting a little dirty. That's right. Joining us live in studio for the very first time will be our longtime friend, the legendary Zeb Coulter, a.k.a. Dirty Dutch Mantel. Dutch will be with us all weekend for Wrestling Insider tapings, Patreon watch-alongs, live episodes, and cyber autograph signings. Plus, Dutch will be watching the Royal Rumble with us. For more information and autograph photos, head on over to BostonWrestling.com.
Cheer. Why, hello. I would ask what was on your mind, but I already know. You want to know what has got my beard looking oh so majestic. And I'll tell you, it's sexy as hell beard care. Coconut oil, vitamin E oil, almond oil, both sweet and bitter, shea butter, it's all natural. Yes, JTG has actually come out with a high quality product, so support your boy by going to sahbeardcare.com and take one step closer to becoming sexy as hell. Cheer. Ooh, cheer. You know?
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marotti.
And I'm Mr. USA WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas.
The road to WrestleMania has begun. Wrestling fans are looking to add to their man caves. You got to see what we have in the eBay store.
Check it out.
At Night of Champions 2020, Tribal Chief Roman Reigns successfully defended the WWE Universal Championship against his cousin, Jey Uso, in a must-see battle. Here is your chance to own a piece of Roman Reigns moments before battle on this beautiful limited edition autographed 11x14 poster direct from friends at WWE. It's number 19 of only 50 made. Includes WWE authentication hologram on the poster itself, suitable for framing and matting. You'll also also receive a bonus Legends Autographed 8x10 photo and an on-air shout-out on Wrestling Insiders as our thanks for helping keep Wrestling Legends working. Get this ultra-rare Roman Reigns autograph poster now. Wrestling fans looking for the perfect holiday gift? Discount VIP packages and tickets to Boston Wrestling Soul Survivor 10 Back to the 80s, Saturday night, April the 16th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts are on sale now. Join WWE Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts, three-time WWE Tag Team Champions Axe and Smash Demolition, The Wild Berzerker, and more 1980s legends to be announced. Take part in a VIP exclusive Q&A session. Meet the wrestling icons up close and personal in an autograph and photo fan fest. Then get ready as the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow take part in a night of white-hot in-ring action. Discount VIP packages and tickets are on sale now for a limited time at bostonwrestling.com. Join us for a professional wrestling reunion decades in the making, April the 16th. All right, wrestling fans, we're talking a little wrestling. We're talking a little country music. What did you think of the Nasty Boys? Who knows if they'll come up
The
again?
Nasty Boys?
We had them here with us
The
in studio
Nasty
last
Boys
year.
are great guys. I watched them break into Brad Rankin's camp. We had an RV at our car lot too. We had RVs, and we took them up north. Him and Sags. You know, they've been in town maybe a month. They didn't know anybody. We took them up north, and a buddy of ours was driving. And, you know, the side window on an RV, and you got the big steering wheel. He was taking screwdrivers and throwing them on windshields. I mean, that's how completely nuts we were.
Yeah.
And Knobs and Sags just went, I've never seen anybody this crazy. And we thought we were the craziest. But you weren't. We had Bloom. We had a guy named Dan Johnson who played for the Dolphins from 81 to 89. He is a great football player, but he's right in the middle all the time. He was our buddy, Kurt. He was right there. Anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. I had another brain fart.
We were just talking the Nasty Boys.
Oh, the Nasty Boys. Yeah, and great guys. Great guys. I don't have a bad word. I love Sags. I love Sags, but I love Knobs probably more, because how bad he gets on guys in the locker room. Like,
he's in rough shape right now.
Yeah, oh God, well, they both are. But,
Knobs
here's
has been hospitalized for a couple of months. I don't know if you knew about that.
Who?
Knobs.
Knobs, really?
Yeah.
That don't surprise me, because, I did know about that. I know they're both, Sags might be in really good shape as far as healthy. But Knobs, it don't surprise me. And here's the thing about the Nasty Boys. Greatest guys, but I'll tell you what. You talk about guys with two left feet. They couldn't work for nothing. They have no athletic ability at all. You go like this, and they tip over. But they're great guys. And here's the craziness of wrestling. They gave them the belts.
That they gave to Willie Nelson.
But you tell me that ain't nuts. That's nuts. The WWF will give a derelict the truth and give him a great job. An absolute derelict, nightmare, river bottom nightmare guy, and just a nut, and give him a good job and a push. And then you get a normal guy who's athletic, and they won't do nothing with him. Now that's fucked up. That pisses me off. Because listen, you spend all this time in the gym, and you got guys in the gym, working out, trying to look good for wrestling, make it look, we don't take no shit. Anybody says it's fake in the bar, you punch them. And then you get a derelict, and that's okay. You see what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Makes complete sense.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, we had a very interesting weekend with the Nasties last year for the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. My dear God.
Did they?
I'll say this, the interviews we did with Jerry Saggs, absolutely fantastic. Brian wasn't at his best health-wise, even at that point.
Wasn't he?
He actually had to use the loading dock as the men's room because he couldn't make it up the ramp. But that's a different story for a different time.
That's too bad.
And the live interview they did with the fans, they didn't really endear themselves to them as they kind of.
That's too bad.
They were a little too nasty, maybe. But Jerry Saggs, what a very, very I really didn't know him. What a really smart guy.
He's intelligent.
Very, very intelligent. I'd love to hear him.
See, he went to, like, I think, junior college and stuff.
Did he?
Yeah, Saggs just has a, you can talk to him. He's very easy to talk to.
Knobs, like you said, is a little more on the wild
Yeah,
side.
he's nuts. But I can tell you this. You talk about two guys that got lucky to get a push because their athletic ability was hideous.
Did you ever work them?
Yeah.
We're up in AWA?
AWA. I'm trying to think if I did in the WWF. But I'll tell you this. I know they didn't want to work with me.
Really?
Because, yeah. I remember when I was working with Bret Hart, and Bret goes, he was kind of nervous about working with me, and he goes, you know, you're not exactly the nasty boys here. Meaning that was a compliment to me that the nasty boys are, you know, if those guys are watching, let me tell you something. Guys, I don't mean no bad. You guys know I love you. I wouldn't have took you up north in my RV if I didn't. But you guys would fall over your own feet, and you know it. Now what?
Hey, you know what? Too bad they couldn't have got a little more mileage out of Willie. But I don't think Willie would have wanted to have been a heel.
Well, they're lucky they got everything they got. My God, Saggs ended up with $1 million lawsuit. Knobs, they ended up so damn lucky. It's insane.
It's crazy how it works out for some and not the others. Talking about one of your Minnesota friends, Big Boss Man defeated Intercontinental Champion Mr. Perfect via DQ. That night, Boss Man had the real boss in his corner, Andre the Giant. In 1991, which was coming towards the tail end of his time, how much pain was Andre in at that point? He wasn't moving well.
He was in a ton of pain.
Yeah.
He was a ton of pain. I would literally play cribbage with Andre in the locker room. Now, that's when Arnie Skolin didn't. If Arnie wasn't there in the town, and Andre was, and didn't have nobody to play cribbage, I knew how to play. So I said, hey, boss, you mind if I play? Sure, John. He really liked me. And he would sit there, and I would watch him drink a whole bottle of brandy.
Wow.
And that would take,
ease it a little
that
bit?
would take the pain away. Bottom line.
How hard was it for him to navigate through rent-a-cars? Would they have
he didn't rent no cars.
Yeah.
He didn't rent no cars. They had nothing. They had this big conversion van that actually many years ago, Jake Roberts was the driver.
I thought he didn't like Jake.
No, I'm talking many years.
Oh,
when
okay.
Jake was like 20 years old.
Oh, okay.
He probably didn't. And anyways, Dan, he didn't have to, because Vince made sure that he had everything taken care of.
He took care of Andre.
He got a conversion van with a big chair. He got the room he got was a king size bed. Period. In Japan, the biggest room they could find. Otherwise, his feet were sticking out the window, damn near. Really, for real. And on and on. But Vince did everything. He tried to get Andre 2 first-class seats together so he could get the arm up and sit 2 first-class seats. And he had paid for it. And Andre was worth all that, because wherever Andre went, if you were on his card, you had a huge payday.
Yeah.
It was a sellout. That's pretty cool. That's why you get your booking sheet and you go, Andre once, Andre twice. Come on, more Andre. Andre 3, that's good. More. And Hogan was a little bit like that, but not like Andre. Andre was automatic sellout.
What about Warrior?
No.
Meant nothing. Well,
No,
didn't
not
mean
so
as
much.
much. No.
Not so much.
Savage?
No.
All right. Well,
They were sick of Savage.
they had enough. Well, you know, he had, by the time you came in, yeah, he had been
I
there
was
quite a
sick
while.
of Savage.
Well, speaking of the Hulkster himself, he won the WWF World title for the third time over that Iraqi sympathizing Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah.
Did you think it was a boost to the WWF after a year to finally see the championship back on Hogan again? The Warrior experiment really didn't work with him as the guy.
Wait, when did he win it?
A Warrior won it at WrestleMania 6.
When did Hulkster win it?
He won it back at WrestleMania 7.
Yeah, that gave it a boost. I know that if you're on Hulk's card, you got paid better. So that's all we went by, was you got paid better if you're on Andre or Hulk's card. And if you're on a card with like Sergeant Slaughter versus Kerry Daniels, you might as well say $100. You know, it was a joke. But yeah, you're right. I think it was a boost, Dan.
What did you think of the Hulkster? What did you think of Hulk? As a guy and as a professional?
One thing I got to say I love about him is one night I blew all my money. I just blew it. And I says, Hulkster, I need $500. He pulled it out of his pants so quick. And he goes, here, boom. He goes, I'll pay you tomorrow. He goes, don't worry about it. I don't need it. I got too much of it. So,
wow, imagine saying that.
Yeah.
Must be a nice feeling.
But I gave it to him the next day.
Did you?
So that kept me with Hulk. That's what I always feel. Because if you do that with a guy, you're never the same with the guy, right?
It's like what happened with, funny enough, again, hate to bury him, but Tony and Rocky Johnson. Tony was having a hard time. I think he was behind on his rent 1 month or something, and it came up in a conversation, and Rocky sent his new wife, down to like a Western Union type place to send Tony the money. Then the next time they were on the same show together after they got paid by the promoter, Tony just kind of snuck off without saying anything to Rocky.
What a fucker.
So
that's
Rocky was a little stiff with him in a couple of interviews he did right before he passed
he should
away.
be. He should
Well,
be.
he tried to do him a favor, if nothing else. But Tony said, to be fair to Tony, he said Rocky did a few unscrupulous things to him over the years, stranding him at buildings and at hotels and trying to make him look bad. Again, who knows?
I don't buy
the
it.
100% truth to that.
I don't buy it.
We weren't. I wasn't there.
I don't buy.
Who did
I
see?
don't buy it. I don't buy it. I'll tell you why. Because any guy can say that. You can say anything. You can screw a guy out of $1,000 and then go, yeah, but I remember one night I gave him 2 of my tires off my car because he needed them. And just make up something. To me, it's bullshit. Sorry. Don't work. Not on me.
So you're a man
You
entitled
might be
to your
right.
opinions.
I'm not going to bet you no more, but you
You're
might
20
be
in
right.
the hole, brother.
I know.
Fans,
You
I'm
might
going to
be
tell
right.
you this. When we have our live episodes, we need you to help us come up with some competitions so John can win his $20 back.
I need that 20 back. I'm in a real shithole right now.
As far as you mentioned the professional side, the personal side of the Hulkster with the 500, what did you think about him as a pro? I don't think you really worked with him too much. Yeah.
Here's the thing. You want to hear the bottom line with the Hulkster? Okay, you're all beat up. Kurt Hennig, if he was alive, he'd be so beat up. All the bumps he took, all the bumps I took, all the bumps a lot of guys have taken. Hulkster did 2 things. This and dropped the leg. And me and Brad Reigns, we kind of laugh. We go, he must have calluses all over on his fucking leg from the guitar. Boy, that's a rough life. That fucking guitar will kill you. You know, he only did 2 fucking things, missed and dropped the leg. How beat up are you going to be? I mean, I got guys tell me, like Wayne Bloom, I got an argument with him, and he goes, yeah, but fuck, he's been working a long time. I said, Wayne, he dropped a leg and did this. Fuck, what's wrong with you? Fuck, I did every backward over the table, on my table, on the post. He did none of that. And you're feeling sorry for him? Sorry. This fucking cat don't work like that. That's what I got to say about that.
A lot of people said he was kind of a manipulative individual, a very self-serving individual. Did you ever see that side? Yeah, you saw that. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of guys like that in wrestling because that's the nature of wrestling. When we get to other guys, I'll tell you who's really bad, but we can't get there yet. Hulk, absolutely self-serving. Very much.
Do you think it was a necessity based upon the nature of the beast? Like you said, you never know how much you're going to get paid. There's very few guarantees. Everything's locked in the world.
Well, here's the
thing. Do you think maybe he was, not to borrow a line from what you said about Randy Savage, but paranoid about keeping that spot and that money?
Well, listen, but here's the thing, Dan. How much money do you need? You got $30 million in the bank. You own an island. And you're still paranoid? Why would you be paranoid? Look, you're set for life. And because you kept chasing the money, because you stayed paranoid still, you lost your wife. She took it, it all blew up. You fucking ended up with almost nothing, but now you're back on
Isn't it funny, though, yeah, that his life almost imploded between that, what happened with his son and that car accident that took place?
Yep. His son was just a little fuckhead. You know that.
And then after that whole sex video thing, he's back up on top of the world again.
Yeah, yeah. How much did you win on that?
I think, if I remember right, he got about $140 million. I don't think he collected anywhere near that, but
well, I don't know.
I'm sure
I don't think you could collect that. I mean, who?
Well, that's what he was awarded, but I know it was appealed.
Right.
For some reason, the number 40 popped into my head.
Well, doesn't matter. If it's in the millions, who cares if it's 1 or 100 million?
It was just a little.
To us, it's the same. It's a million.
As the Sheik would say, it was just a little sex.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, fans, right now we're going to take a brief time out before we wrap up this show as I'm waiting for John C. Manicus Riley to hit them. There he is. Hopefully you'll be having a little sex, too, after we're back from this brief timeout.
Wrestling fans, get ready for a weekend of the unpredictable as the Berzerker, John Nord, returns to MWF Studios in Melrose the weekend of Saturday, January the 22nd. Wrestling Insider Throwback Thursday tapings, live episodes, watch-alongs, cyber autograph signings, and more. Boston Wrestling Patreon fans can meet the Berzerker for free. For more information and mail order info, head on over to thebostonwrestling.com super site now. Don't miss the Berzerker, January 22nd. Wrestling fans, we warned you this day would come. Unfortunately, we're running out of original episodes of Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty each and every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but we're starting up that Indiegogo. You can help the cause. You can help Marty's show continue each and every week. Nobody does it like Marty. We had an incredible time with him at our 20th anniversary bash, November 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose. We want to have the good times keep on rolling, but we can't do it without you. Look for the Indiegogo link in the comment section below or across our website and social media platforms. We have some great perks, great rewards where you can even meet Marty himself. There's nothing like it. Since July of 2020, every week we've brought you the show. We need your help to keep on going. We tell you, without wrestling fans, there is no professional wrestling, and there's no better time to help the cause now. Let's keep Marty rocking each and every Thursday night.
Wrestling fans, I'm Dan Marotti.
And this is the man of the hour, Leo Rush.
It's all over BostonWrestling.com and our social media. But Leo, brother, they got to check out some of this merch.
They got to.
Check it out, fans, right now, available on eBay.
Arguably the greatest professional wrestler of all time. Get this limited edition collector's autograph print personally signed by two-time WWE Hall of Famer Nature Boy Ric Flair, inscribed 16 times for each of his recognized World Championship reigns. One of only 50 made direct from our friends at WWE. Also signed by original artist Rob Schamberger. Help keep wrestling legends working. Get this awesome Ric Flair collectible for your wrestling collection now. Wrestling fans looking for the perfect holiday gift? Discount VIP packages and tickets to Boston Wrestling Soul Survivor 10 Back to the 80s, Saturday night, April the 16th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts are on sale now. Join WWE Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts, three-time WWE Tag Team Champions Axe and Smash Demolition, The Wild Berzerker, and more 1980s legends to be announced. Take part in a VIP exclusive Q&A session. Meet the wrestling icons up close and personal in an autograph and photo fan fest. Then get ready as the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow take part in a night of white-hot in-ring action. Discount VIP packages and tickets are on sale now for a limited time at bostonwrestling.com. Join us for a professional wrestling reunion decades in the making, April the 16th.
All right, wrestling fans, another fun trip down memory lane as we looked at the event that was WrestleMania 7, many of the personalities involved in the big event. John, we continue to be having a heck of a lot of fun here on Thursday nights. And again, folks, along with the Thursday nights we're talking about,
baby!
he's going to be coming back live, and we're talking in the month of January.
Yes, baby.
We're going to be doing the cyber autograph signage. You guys can ask him questions live on the computer. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you missed the big Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive event we had with John back in December, have no fear. In the month of January, WWE's getting ready for a Royal Rumble. We're going to have a Rumble right in this studio for the latest, greatest member of the Boston Wrestling Sports Team. I'm Dan Marotti. Don't forget, tickets on sale now for Saturday night, April the 16th. You can meet John Nord, the Berzerker, in person, Axe and Smash Demolition, Jake the Snake Roberts, and a host of others. For John Nord, I'm Dan Marotti. You and yours be well, be healthy. Good night from Boston.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. Please give the video a big thumbs up, leave us a comment, and subscribe to the channel to enjoy more great content. Don't forget, you can help keep wrestling legends working. Check out our eBay store and join the Boston Wrestling family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling so we can produce more in-depth shoot interviews.